I grew up in Columbia Heights, Minnesota, until I was about 14 or so. I always tell everybody I was a sports brat. My dad was always really supportive of sports. My father, he always told me as long as I stayed involved, got good grades, that he'd pay for my schooling all the way through college. And at the end of my high school career, I ended up getting an award for being the top high school goaltender in the state of Minnesota. I realized that I probably need to play junior hockey for a couple years. I played junior hockey for the St. Paul Vulcans, and at that time also took some junior college classes at Anoka Ramsey Community College. It turned out that one of my best friends, Ben Christofferson, was going to go to Minnesota State. And I remember telling him at one point in time, I bet we end up at college together. And sure enough, I was talking to MSU at the time, and they're an up-and-coming hockey program. So it was a place for me to go to school and at the same time play hockey in the WCHA. Life as a student, looking back, was crazy. I used to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and I was just going all day and wind up going to bed at midnight and doing it all again the next day. I think of Don Brose and just all the legacy that he had there. Don cared as much about that you were a good hockey player, but that you were a good person. Then Judding brought a real interesting dynamic. Coach knew that I wasn't the greatest hockey player ever. He knew that I was going to be a business person. I wasn't going to go on to the NHL. Along with being really good hockey coaches, they were teaching you how to be gentlemen. I think of Don Brose, every time we went out to eat, you had to wear a sport coat. And you never, under any circumstance, took your coat off unless Don took his coat off. It was a crazy time, but it was great schooling. I think of Henry O'Kleshin and all the time that he would spend with us hockey players, making sure that we were, one, in line, but two, really learned and advanced. So I think of all of the professors in the finance department, whether it's Wilcox or Thews running around in his sneakers, but not only keeping us in line, but really teaching us how to be business people. I also ended up going through the CFP program at Mankato, which allowed me to see the breadth of items that go along with somebody's financial future. So I decided to join American Express right out of college. So going to American Express, they really had embraced the 6 key areas of financial planning, which is what Mankato teaches. Just a comfortable place for me to start, and they had a tremendous training program. And about a year and a half into my career, became a district manager. And then after doing that for a couple of years, got the opportunity to become a field vice president at Ameriprise, which allowed me to run an office of at times we had between 40 to 50 financial advisors. So I get a phone call one day from a gentleman named Dan May. Dan May is also a Mankato grad, also played hockey in the late 70s. And I didn't know either one of those points when he first called. So Dan introduced himself as the president and CEO of AdvisorNet Financial. And he said that he'd like to have breakfast with me. I had no intention of ever leaving Ameriprise. Still to this day, I have very fond memories of my time there and a great company. And Dan started talking to me about this opportunity, which now I'm the Vice President of Business Development for AdvisorNet Financial and have been here for a couple years and just absolutely love it. And my job is to grow the company horizontally and vertically. When I think of MSU, I think of certainly everything that it gave me during my 4 years that I was down there, but then I also think of the connection that I still have. So MSU represents building community, friendships, relationships, and I think Mankato has always done a really good job of that.